What we gonna do, eh? Wow. Whew. Okay, so if you've been following the show in our very, very short tenure, you know I've not had a bad word to say about the PWHL. But unfortunately, we have now reached that first incident, and I know I'm not the only one who's had a problem with this over the past weekend. This went down like a lead balloon, literally. My oh my oh my. And we've got some very serious issues that need to be dealt with here. I mean, wow. I'm hoping somebody, the PWHL, looked at the socials this past weekend, and gone, yeah, that was a bad idea, wasn't it? Yep. Yeah. Okay, so this past weekend was the last slate of games before the first international break of the season. There's at least 3, I believe, this year. This first one is because of a European tournament, which involves the European players in the PWHL. I know it feels weird. We've had 1 full week, and already we're having an international break. I know that feels weird, but hey, given how short this season is, and given how May 6th will be here before you know it, I would take these breaks off and go, this is an extra week of PHL action still in play, just not in play. Anyway, you get what I mean. But yeah. So this past weekend was the last set of games before the PHL took the first international break, and none of those 3 games. So right, this is a good test memory now. So December 6th, Victoire at Charge, the first neutral site game of the season. That did not go down well. Only 11,000 in Ottawa. Oh, bad. That's bad. That is bad. Given how the Charge normally pack their barn out, that's bad. Said that. December 7th, Your Frost at Scepters. We thrashed them. It's nice to see that rivalry still going strong, eh? Yeah. And Pluto did go all swifty on me after we got the win. He's not going to let that go, he's really not. And then Sunday, December 8th, it was Sirens at the Fleet. And that was the Fleet's first win of the season. Everyone's now got at least 1 win. And everyone has tasted the defeat at least once. None of those games were made available on YouTube to watch live. Instead, you had to basically go on the PWHL website and find the stream there. Or you could get involved in the conversation. This is their wording, not mine. On Twitch with a Twitch account. I'm like, oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Now, I had no idea about this until about, I think it was like 3 hours before our game in Toronto on the Saturday. So I was like, what? What? I was like, oh my god. And I had to check, do I still have Twitch? Do I still have it? You know, because, you know what I mean? And luckily for me, I do have Twitch. I got it at the start of last year, following Sessions Live unexpected closure. Don't know what happened to that. It's been 2 years now since that happened. But I got Twitch at the start of last year to basically try and pick up where I left off on Sessions Live as a live stream singer. I think I only did 1 or 2 concerts on Twitch because I just thought this is too much hassle. It's too much hassle than what Sessions it was on Sessions Live, so I just stopped I think I only did. I remember doing at least one last year on Twitch. I'm not sure if I did two. Anyway, it didn't last. So I was like, right, do I still have it? Can I remember my username? I was like, no! Because in order to log on to Twitch, you have to put in your username and your password. And I hadn't remembered either, because this is basically, what, 18 months since I last used Twitch. So I basically had to then enter my email to retrieve my username, then put that in, then get the password reset email to then reset the password to make sure I could then get back in. So I was like, oh. Anyway, I'm now back in. My Twitch account, I've now got my Twitch back up and running. New passwords. It's all fine. So when you log into that, it'll be fine. And actually, what we did instead, the Pebble Trio, we actually didn't bother going on Twitch. We just thought, right, let's go on the PWHL website, and the first PC is the live stream there, so it was fine. So it's like, whew. But oh my god, I should not have been told that 3 hours before the game. Now you're lucky that the start time in Toronto was a UK friendly time. It was 2 PM Eastern. That's 7 PM the evening here in Manchester, so it was fine. But if this had been like the early hours of the morning, then we would have had a problem. Alright, but seriously, I should not be told that 3 hours before the game starts. That's not really enough time for me to then try and get everything sorted. Plus it's getting near tea time. It's like, oh my god. Anyway, that's fine. So if we have to use Twitch, we can use Twitch. We've got my account back up and running. It's all fine. But oh dear lord, what were you thinking? Plus, for me, Twitch is not really something I would use, because Twitch is more for the gamers. Like I've said, I'm not a gamer. I mean, it's fine if you do play Airtel 25 or any other video games, that's fine. But for me, so when someone suggested me, last year, when I was trying to find is there a sessions live postman, someone said to me, why don't you use Twitch? I was like, is that really wise? Because it's not just for gamers? Apparently not. But you can do all sorts of live streams on it, but it is more tend for gamers rather than, you know, performers like me. There you go. Yeah, but it's just, yeah, it's complete. Yeah, and plus, with Twitch, you have to have an account to watch anything on Twitch, whereas with YouTube, you don't. With YouTube, you could watch this show right now, and you don't need to be subscribed. Obviously, I'd love you to be subscribed, but you don't have that pressure. You don't have that the options there. Whereas with Twitch, you have to have an account in order to watch something on its platform. Whereas with YouTube, you don't. And in terms of users, YouTube outranks Twitch like gazillion. You know, Twitch's users are in the millions, whereas YouTube got users in the billions with a capital B. Alright, so I don't know who in the PHL thought that was a smart idea. Let's go from YouTube to Twitch. Don't know what that was. I don't know who thought that idea, but it was not a good idea. You know, because you're then going to lose fans. I mean, the PHL right now, in this early stage, because remember, we are only 2 years in. This is year 2. Right now, the PHL needs to focus on accessibility to its product, rather than putting the barriers. The PHL is very good at putting barriers in place, particularly for us internationals. I mean, we've already got the barrier when it comes to merchandise. It really is making my blood boil. It really is making my blood boil. In fact, Pluto Lady have told me, go and make an Etsy account. They have. I mean, I am going to try to make a contact with PHL about that, but literally last night, Pluto Lady told me, go and make an Etsy account. And by the way, I have now done it. So, wish me luck. Wish me luck, but yeah. But it has got, with the merchandising, that is making my blood boil. Because here I am, I live in the UK, I'm a born bred Mancunian. I'm literally invested in this league. I can't buy the merchandise because I don't live in the US or Canada. making my blood boil now. But per lady, it's got to the point where like, just go and make yourself an Etsy. So I have now done that. So brace yourselves! Brace yourselves. So yeah, but anyway. So you've already done that barrier. You've already made it a barrier. You've already put one barrier for international fans in place in that we can't buy merchandise. Do you really want to put another barrier in our place? Whereas you have to then limit who can watch these games because you've not got the accounts that are needed for these platforms. Alright, it's just... Plus, how many people have actually heard of Twitch? Right now, honestly. You know, how many people... Plus, Twitch is not great for what I've heard in terms of derogatory and all, and misogyny and all that. So, that's a bad, even more bad move to go there. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Right. It's just crazy. I don't know what to say really to this. It's just crazy that they've done this. Now, one of the things I did get concerned about with this move was would the replays be available on the YouTube channel afterwards? And I have checked, and the replay from our game in Toronto on Saturday is up there. So I was like, whew, that's fine. Because I think the replays are really good. I mean, I loved what they did with the YouTube in year one. I mean, obviously, I remember, obviously, when I first... Because, obviously, we didn't have our first game until I think it's like maybe a few days into January. I think we were made... I don't know. I can't remember if we were I think we might have been the 3rd of January. So we had 2 days prior to look at what was going on for the league. We saw these streams were up. I was like, what? What's this? What's it about? And then we thought, right, we'll go. Ours is up. So I was like, oh, okay, we'll watch ours. And then every time we had a game, it was like the stream was up. And we were like, me and the perpetrator, we were like, oh, let's make the most of this while we can. Because we didn't think it would last long. We thought, oh, it's just maybe for the first few games. Nope. And as you know what happened, obviously, by the time we got to February, we were just like, we stopped being like, well, let's just make the most of it. And we were like, okay, roll it. This is clearly a thing to stay. Otherwise, they would have stopped by now. And we are so lucky and thankful that we got to see every single one of the Frost's inaugural season games in the regular season and the entire World Cup run for free on YouTube, which is brilliant. And with YouTube, you also saw engagement. People weren't just watching the streams, they were also engaging. The YouTube chats were very lively, and that's not just from YouTube Girl. There were a lot of chats going on from various people all across the world. And the PWHL even bragged about this, you know? Okay? So the PWHL even bragged about how of an impact YouTube had. Like how they saw increase in views, increase in subscribers throughout the season, and they'd reached like at least potentially roughly 90 countries. So the audience was there. Okay? The audience is there. That you do have an audience that is willing to watch wherever they are in the world, no matter what time of night it is. Okay, so why are you now taking that for granted and thinking, oh, they'll just follow along with what we do? No. No. This went down like a lead balloon. And from what I heard, because I didn't watch on Twitch, but what I've heard from various news articles and sources is a lot of the Twitch comments were, where's YouTube gone? Why have you done this? Why are we not on YouTube? Okay, so this was a bad move. A bad move. A really, really bad move. I don't know what we're thinking, but I mean, I think even I tweeted or posted where it is over the weekend. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that is how the old saying goes, okay? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You had a perfectly good way for people who can't watch on the TV networks for whatever reason, Yeah, the perfect alternative for those who can't get it on the TV networks to basically watch these games without hassle or strife. Now, I get that they are having Amazon Prime this year as well. That's fine. But I think some of the Canadian teams' games are going to be on Amazon Prime this season. That's understandable. But for those of us who are not in Canada, and we are enthusiastic and heavily involved with this league, we need to make sure that we can find ways to watch these games without strife, without hassle. And I did say last season, if it gets to the point where we have to have a PWHL version of NHL.TV, I would pay for it. I would pay for it. Okay? But, you know, but I'm not going to go on different social media platforms and create accounts for social platforms I'm not going to use just for 30 times a year, or how many times a year, depending on if we ever grow to get more games in, just to watch my team. It's not worth it. Alright? So, I just don't even know. I'm lost for words here. I literally am lost for words on how to describe this went down. What were you thinking? What were you actually thinking? Okay? Did you not see the fan reactions to this? We all agreed that whether you are Fleet, Frost, Victoire, Sirens, Charge, or Sectors, we all collectively agreed this was a bad move. This was a bad move. And if the PWHL continues with this, then it's a big loss. Because you are basically taking away one of your USPs and one of your best USPs. That you are able to say that you are the league that can give every single game for free. That's something that not every sports league does. And I think before the PWHL, I don't think I could think of a sports league that did that. So that's one of your best USPs. And you're potentially thinking about sacrificing that for what? Can't be cost effect. Can't be because of cost reasons. Can't be because of that. Alright, so seriously, for what? For what? Just no. So I really hope that the PWHL uses the international break to realise where it went wrong and correct it. Okay? Because we did so much good work in year one. It's not worth undoing all that good work to get, what, a cheaper deal? Because really, when it comes to streaming games, I don't think you're going to get a better deal than YouTube. You're really not. Especially now they've now got the games, the feeds have now got new game day graphics, which makes it look more professional and look more smoother than we had in year one. No, it's just not worth it. And it even caused a bit of a ruckus amongst a split amongst the purple trio between me, Plur, and Lady. Me and Lady both agreed that this was the wrong thing to do. Whereas Plur was like, but at least we managed to find a way to watch it. And we still are now having this great big argument, like, but that's not the point. What if we couldn't? What if it was only on Twitch? What if I did not have Twitch? What if I couldn't get into Twitch on time? We would have missed a bit of the game. Plus, the ads didn't work because one of the ads went on a bit too long. We missed half of one of the Frost power plays. So there you go. We didn't have that problem with YouTube. YouTube knew when to come back from the ad break. Even though you have to then deal with the ads all the time, but that's fine. That's the skip button sport. Just, you know. Plus, the ads would always time themselves when it's a break in play, because it wasn't too problematic for me. Just skip up. But seriously, it has caused a ruckus amongst the purple trio because Plur's like, what's the problem? We're still able to find a way to watch the games, so shouldn't that be enough? But me and Lady are like, that's not the point! The point is, they had a perfectly good model with the YouTube, and they've decided, without warning, without preempt, without good communication, and with no clear reason to go, right, we're going to change that. And I am used to leagues doing poor communication. I mean, I've said it for, I don't know, about 5 years now, 6 years now, that Major League Baseball has been terrible with communicating things, especially when it comes to events like London Series, because I missed out on the first one in 2019 because there was poor communication. In fact, no marketing on it. That's about it. In fact, I didn't even know about the one last year until a few weeks before the season started, but still managed to get tickets and all that. But so yeah, so I know a thing or two about dealing with leagues that have got poor communication skills because I've dealt with it for the last few years now with Major League Baseball. But as far as I'm concerned, it really is. I honestly, and I know I'm being recorded, and that's a different show, but honestly, I don't know how many more years I've got left with Major League Baseball. I literally am at the end of my tether with that. So I know a thing or two about how to deal with leagues who've got poor communication skills. But for the PWHL, there should be no excuses. Okay. We, the fans, should not have to know about this 3 hours before a game. We should have been warned about this well in advance. And what's the reasoning? The PWHL has yet to comment on what the reasoning was behind doing this. So, I think somebody needs to grow a pair. Okay? Grow a pair. And make a statement. Explain what the fuck you were thinking on the weekend of December the 6th. So because this is basically got the whole of the fans united in that we did not agree with this. This was a stupid move, and what a pair of twats you are. I could have gone further, but better not. Yeah, so I just honestly, yeah. I'm hoping, because obviously we in Minnesota, we are back on December the 19th, which is our last home game before Christmas. We'll be hosting the Ottawa Charge. That's our first meeting with the Charge this season. But in terms of the league itself, the league will return back in action on December the 17th, where the Charge will be in Boston to take on the Fleet. So December the 17th, that is when the league will get back in action. So it's a week on Tuesday. Because we're recording this on the Monday. So we're recording the day after the weekend's games. Just in case it's released after Tuesday the 10th. Yeah, so December the 17th, that's when the league returns. I'm hoping by then the league will have realised the mistake, get it back on YouTube, and just go, and we just pretend the whole sort of thing never happened. Unless we reference it again on the show. So, yeah, so, I mean, the YouTube, I'm loving the YouTube. I love how we have the games live, and I also love how the next day you've then got a replay of it. Because say if there was a game, there were 2 games going on in the first hour, and you were focused on your game, you would like to see what got on the other one, you can the next day watch those back. And I think during the long summer months, that'll be really good to relive and watch back. So I think it's great that we have the YouTube, and I think it's great that we get to have the games turned into replays. We can then re-watch them over and over again, and we can then go, what? Oh, I remember we had this game and this and all that, and we can show it to people that how, because that's what we can do with the replays. We can get people, and this is what the AHL can't do, because the AHL does not have replays. The AHL just has condensed highlights. So if you are trying to introduce someone to the AHL, you have to basically do it when a game is actually going on live. Now, here in the UK, that's not easy because of time differences. But say if I was trying to educate somebody into the PWHL, as well as me explaining it to them, I could also show them. Because I could go on the YouTube, I could go on the replays from either Year 1 or currently Year 2, show them a full Minnesota Frost game, and go, here's what a PHL game looks like. Okay, and I think that's going to be really helpful for me because of educating people. You know, I can go on my YouTube and go, right, I'm going to show you pick a game, I'm going to show you this full game, watch this whole bit to the end, and that's what a PHL game's like. Okay, so for me right now, accessibility has got to be key with the PHL in terms of growth, especially here for those internationals. Because women's hockey is not an easy product to watch. Okay, it does not get the coverage it truly deserves. Okay, and I've kept saying it since the PHL started. I'm going to keep saying it again because I want to remind people of where I started with women's hockey. Okay, the only time before the PWHL, the only time I could watch women's hockey was once every 4 years at the Olympics. And that's not enough. That's not enough. I had no idea about the rivalry series or international championship. And I had known nothing about that until we got involved with the PHL in the inaugural season. So, you know, women's hockey it needs all the coverage it can get. And what the PHL did with the YouTube, that is the best and easy way to get the product out there and get people knowing about the game and learning about the game and then connecting with the game. If you take that away, then you have lost a large chunk of your fans. You have lost internationals. You have lost internationals. And I'm worrying that maybe the PHL is now starting to take the internationals for granted. Okay? And you do that at your peril. Okay? You do that at your peril. You've already put one barrier in our way about when it comes to merchandising, how you're not letting us buy merchandise, even though we badly want to. Don't put another barrier in our way, because you're just going to lose more people. Especially if you want to come and play games in Europe, alright? Okay, if you're serious about wanting to have some games in Europe in the future, then you need to get growing the international base now, so that you do not have half an empty stadium when it comes to the European games, okay? So if you're serious about this, if you are deadly serious about... I mean, the PHL said they want to do this, they do want to consider it in the European games. If you're serious about that, then don't take away the YouTube. Don't take away our rights to watch these games. Alright? Okay, because we have got the stamina, us internationals, we've got the stamina. Alright? I watched in this inaugural season, I watched every single Frost regular season game and every Frost playoff game. And most of those were in the early hours of the morning here in the UK. And I'm still doing it now in year 2. Okay? So we have got the stamina. There are people out there who are not in the US, who are not in Canada, who are making the effort to tune in and watch these games. Don't take that away from us, okay? So I don't know what they're thinking, and I hope somebody gets fired for this. I mean, whoever made that call should be fired right now on the spot. Name and shame them. I do love to name and shame, but that was a stupid move. So I think whoever did this should be fired. They should be named, and they should be forced to explain themselves. Barmy. Right. Oh, God. Oh. It still calls it a Rockets Monster Purple Tray. It really is. It really is. But like we said, Pluto was roped in. Me and Lady, we are geared up for it. We knew if we were going to bob this from day one. Pluto then got roped in. Like the good husband he is to his wife. But of course, we decided he then had the abuse of the bird. But he's still showing signs of how he was roped in. So we're working on him. But you know, hopefully this is a one-off little blip, and hopefully when we come back to league action on December 17, hopefully by then it will go back to normal, and we can just basically just go and pretend that this would never happen. And it was all a dream! He says praying, hopefully, to the hockey gods. I don't know. Oh, boy.